Hi and welcome back to my channel. I've given Joe 1 or 2 notes this morning because my memory is just not functioning. Right, so if I have to refer to Joe, please forgive me. I'm trying to keep everything in my head and I've got too much in there today. I'm just going to start off by showing you where my crochet's gotten to this week. This is the one that was 3 inches square last week. It's now, I don't know, about 1 metre square, Joe?
Yep.
I think. I'm using acrylics. This is acrylic wool. Acrylic wool, that doesn't make sense, does it? Acrylic, whatever, from the range.
Yarn?
Now, yarn, that's a good word, Joe, thank you. I told you my brain wasn't working. Acrylic yarn from the range. Now, something I would say about this, the thickness and the quality of it changes regularly. So you can start crocheting with a ball and it's quite thick, and in the middle of the ball it's quite thin, and then it thickens up again. And that's fine for crocheting something like this, but on it, it tells you how many grams you need to knit a jumper. I would never attempt to knit a jumper with it because there are too many changes in the yarn. So I'm just pointing that out, not to criticise the range because I know it happens in other places, but yeah, it's fine for crocheting a blanket, but I wouldn't knit clothing with it. So that's where that's up to. I won't keep showing it you every week because you just get bored with me same old blankets, won't you? Something yesterday, my husband came for lunch yesterday, which sounds a strange thing to say, but we're a strange family. And we were talking about his favourite singer, who is Sandy Denny. And Sandy Denny died a long time ago, and I'm not really into female singers, but Richard's very into folk music and stuff. And we were talking about the lifestyle that she had and addictions she struggled with. And the thing that she often worried about was what other people thought about her. And something came to mind that I'd heard earlier in the week, where somebody on the radio was saying, reputation is a public thing, self-worth is a private thing. So I think for me, what helps me today is that really I am trying not to compare myself with anybody else's journey. I am only me. I try to do it the way it works for me within the Slimming World rules, and I really don't worry anymore what other people think about me. So whether I get a good result, a bad result, or an indifferent result, as long as it's just my story and my truth, that's fine. But I have to say, after almost 4 years at or around Target, my self-worth is tenfold compared to what it was when I came to this plan, because I had none. And now, you know, I do care about myself. I won't go so far as to say I love myself, but I like myself today. I like the way I live my life today. I like the person I am today. And for all of the years that I was this size, I didn't. So it's made a massive difference to me. So to remember, reputation is external, self-worth's internal. And what other people think about me or think about any of us, we have no power over. So you just have to let them carry on. Because I always think, well, people are thinking about me, they're leaving somebody else alone, aren't they? Just don't let it worry you. Right, you probably don't anyway. Right, this week I have had the most good, brilliant, fantastic week on plan. I've really enjoyed it. I feel so much better for it. I've got energy. I was a bit dodgy earlier in the week, but I'll tell you about that. I wasn't dodgy around food, I was dodgy around something else. But I feel like I've got energy, my jeans, they're fitting again. I've got a couple of inches to spare in the waist or whatever. I'm wearing a size 10 top, which I bought when I was shopping with Debbie a couple of Fridays ago. Feels good, it's comfortable. I like being around a size 10, I really do. But at the end of the day, you know, clothing varies, doesn't it? We're not going to make a big deal about being a size 10, Jane. But I'm feeling good. I've got energy. I feel like I could bounce up and down. I could go dancing. But it's a bit of a strange time of day to go dancing, isn't it? But have I had the perfect result this week? Well, I haven't. And I'm going to tell you about that in a bit. But what I have done this week, I've had 2 A choices, I've had 1 B choice, I was aiming to have between 5 and 10 sins, I've actually had between 8 and 11 when I look back over my food diary. So I haven't gone below 8, I haven't gone above 11. Perfect. The book says for optimum results, stick around 10. Well, 8 to 11, that's around 10. That's good enough for me. I haven't been drinking a lot of milk this week because, believe it or not, I think I've only had 3 cups of coffee all week. I've been drinking water, haven't I, Joe?
Yeah.
Water. as Joe would say, because in Nottingham the young people don't sound the T's. I'm not a Nottingham person, I say water. Right, so I've been drinking water all week. That's been okay. I don't drink gallons of the stuff, but I've drunk enough to get by. Haven't had any fizzy drinks. I do drink sparkling water. I drink Smart sparkling water. Haven't had any meals out, so I haven't had to compromise on anything. Just feel good. Haven't done a lot of walking because the weather has been crap. And I'm not going to go on and on about the weather. You've all experienced it this week. On Thursday we were driving through floods, and we live on high ground, not too far from the River Trent, but we live on high ground, and we were driving through floods on Thursday, weren't we, Joe? And so much so that this morning our brakes had seized on in the car and Joe had to unseize them or whatever the thing is, but it's fine, the car's fine. We did a few emergency stops and checked the brakes, but everything's okay. So it's been a week of quite ordinary life. Joe's been out and busy this week quite a lot. We've only done 2 or 3 really good walks, but as I've said 1,000 times on my videos, I don't rely on walking for losing weight. I rely on what I put in my mouth. I made an effort to eat hot food this week because in this cold and miserable weather, I find hot food is comfort food. So I've had a good breakfast with my Weetabix and whatever. I've had a cooked lunch and I've had a cooked evening meal, but I don't eat in between. So I don't snack in between. My meals are my meals, and my sins are incorporated in those meals. So I have had gluten-free pasta with some meals this week. I've had potatoes with some meals this week. I've had rice with some meals this week. So every one of my cooked meals, of which I've had 2 a day, have included carbs. It's been totally food optimised. Now when I say I have had pasta with my meal, I have gluten-free pasta and I have a handful of dry pasta. I don't weigh it because we don't have to, but I've only got small hands anyway, and I would say a handful for me is probably around 50-60 grams. I'm going to weigh that later and try it and see, but it can't be any more than that because as I say I've got little hands. I've had a jacket potato, not more than one. I've had a sachet of rice, things like that. I've had vegetables including free and speed vegetables. I've had fruit. I've had some milk but not a lot. I've used most of my A choices on cheese, but it's always been measured. And I feel fabulous. I feel really, really well. And I went to group this morning, and before you go, you do all this, I wonder how I've done business. Well, I do. I said to Joe, I don't know whether I feel like I've lost much weight, but I feel better, physically better in my body. I've got no bloating. I haven't had any bloating all week because that's not, unless I eat badly, that's not something I suffer with. But went to group, got on the scales, and hey presto, got to maintain. Now, I don't know, perhaps my face was a picture. I didn't know whether to burst into tears or burst into flames, to be honest. To say I was disappointed, and I don't know why I am, because it just means I weigh the same as I did last Saturday. I'm not disillusioned with the plan, I'm not disappointed in myself. I know if I keep going, the weight comes off. But what I did share in image therapy is I honestly believe, today, that losing the half stone I want to lose at the moment is so much bloody harder than losing the 12+ stone I lost in the first place. Now, what I was saying in group this morning is my friends look at me, they say you don't look any different, right? Today I don't feel that much different, if I'm honest. My BMI is around 23.5, which is healthy and all that sort of thing. But yet I still want to lose it. I want to get back to where I was. I want to get back to being bang on target at 9 stone. Today I weigh 9 stone 12. I think I might have mistakenly said in my video last week that I was 9 stone 10, but I haven't checked the video, so I don't know. But I'm actually 9 stone 12, which is what I was last week. And it is quite baffling me why. And I think it's because I live at a level where the calorie intake, the food I eat, is so close to what I would be eating to maintain, because it's so just ordinary plan, that my body's like, yeah, you're eating to maintain. And I don't know how to switch that without, well, I don't know, because we're told in our groups, cutting down, cutting back, cutting down is dieting. You're not going to lose weight that way. Just keep sticking to plan and trust it. So yeah, I mean, I was talking to a lady driving home today, a lady who dropped me off, and she was saying maybe you should just have one healthy extra A choice. But if I have one healthy extra A choice today, and then and what do I do in 6 weeks' time? Or am I only ever going to be able to have one healthy extra A choice? I don't want to live like that. I don't want to live where I can't have this and I can't have that. If it's on plan, I can have it. And that's what I've got to get my head around. Because if I said today, right, from today for a week, I'm only going to have, that to me is dieting, because it's not what the plan says and it's not what I've been doing. And if I cut back and cut back and cut back to get this half stone off, where do I go from there? Because I'm then going to have to stay at that level forever, because otherwise the weight comes back. And I think that's what I'm learning about the really, really fine balance of being anywhere near target, or of having a life at target and then letting it slide like I did and going up a bit. To pull it back is blinking hard. I've amazed myself. I've been able to do this before, and I've gone off plan, gone back onto plan, and just dropped 4, 5, 6, 7 pounds. That isn't working, because I am so close to being the weight I should be. In fact, in the book, I could be a lot heavier than I am, and still say, I mean, I could have said, oh, well, I could be 10.5 stone and be a target member, because I could set my target at 10.5 stone. But it's not where I want it to be. And one of my friends even suggested this week, why don't you move your target? Why don't you move it to 9 stone 9? Because that's what you used to be. That's defeatism. I'm not going to let this beat me. I'm on day 12 of Joe's 30-day challenge, and I'm feeling bloody good. And okay, it didn't show on the scales, but is that enough to put me in a bad place? No, it's not.
Tell them how Joe's done this week.
Go on then, tell them.
I don't know. What was it? 2 3/4 or something?
2 3/4 pounds. I think you've lost like 4.5 pounds since we started this challenge.
Yeah.
And I've lost half a pound. But he is a lot more active than me. He's also 38 years younger than me. He's also male. I'm going to give you all these, and he is committed. Because he's one of these people, if Joe has a goal in mind or he's going to do something, he doesn't let it slide, he does it. And he'll come in sometimes. I mean, part of his exercise regime and everything is to cycle so many minutes every day. And when I say cycle, he'll do it like I would think a spinning class does it, you know. Take, for example, yesterday, up in the morning, shower, dress, piano practice, out the door, to the gym, couple of hours at the gym, straight to work, out of work, straight home, and the first thing he does when he walks through the door at 25 to 7 is say, I'm just going to do my cycling, and he's straight on his exercise bike. My God, sometimes when I listen to what he does, I have to lie down. It wears me out.
Yeah, it sounds like a lot when you do it like that, but if you just take it one thing at a time, it's not so bad.
No, but you're very disciplined, because sometimes he'll come home late at night, you know, after work and everything, and he'll say, I need to do my cycling. And I say, have a night off. And he goes, why would I? I'm not like that. I'd be like, I'll do it tomorrow. But I'm not like that with a plan. I'm not going to do it tomorrow, I'm doing it today. This is day 12, and Joe's still keeping the tally chart, aren't you?
Yep.
So we've got 2 blocks crossed through, plus this is the second day of the next block. And it's working, because if I can feel this good, when I've been on the scales and they've said I've got to maintain, the old me would have come back and gone, oh, woe is me, it doesn't work, I've got to maintain. This me says, do you know what? I felt physically well before I went to group. I still feel physically well. I'm not going to let the scales mess with the head, because my state of well-being and my state of self-worth does not depend on the number on the scales. But that number on the scales and knowing it every Saturday is what stops me all out bloody binging, stuffing my face and putting on God knows how much weight, because I've done it before. I mean, I remember, and I think I've said it on videos, I once gained 8 stone in about 6 months. I could do that again in the next 6, and I'm not going to, because going to group every Saturday, fronting up to Naomi and Kelvin, and acknowledging and owning what I weigh is what stops me going totally, totally off the rails. I had an email this week from a lady, and I'm standing here thinking, what was her name? I can't remember if it was Vanessa or Veronica. It was something like that. It was, sorry if I don't remember your name properly. And the question I was asked by this lady was, she had joined group at the end of September, and her first weigh-in was at the beginning of October. So all her weight, I'm trying to work out what day of the week it was. Alexa, what day was the 1st of October?
The 1st of October 2019 was a Tuesday.
Right, so she must have joined group just before the 1st of October. I think she said end of September. And her first weigh-in counted as part of her October weight loss. And then she went on and she had a really, really good month. I'm not going to talk about her journey because she's not a vlogger and she probably doesn't want it publicising. But during the month of October, she thought she had had the biggest weight loss in her group. And when it came to Slimmer of the Month, she didn't get it. And she was really disappointed, but didn't like to query it. So she emailed me and she asked me, would I be able to explain it? Why wouldn't she have got it? And I thought I knew the answer, but I said to her, let me check this out with my consultant and I'll come back to you on Saturday on the vlog with the answer. And I was right. When you're a new member and you're joining, I suppose rejoining would class as a new member, but when you're a new member, the weight loss that you have in your first week, so say this lady, she didn't tell me what she'd lost, but say she lost £6 in her first week. Slimming World only count half of that towards your weight loss for the month to make it fair to all the existing members. So say you lost £6 in your first week and then you went on to lose £2 in each of the next 3 weeks. Your weight loss would actually be 6, 7, 8, 9 pounds over the month, not 12. So is that clear, Jo? Did you understand that? It's probably as clear as mud. Yeah. But for any of us who do it, we'll know. So that's the answer, and I'm sorry, I cannot remember if it was Vanessa or Veronica, but you know who you are. And the other thing, I was speaking to my consultant this morning and I said, in 3 weeks' time, I am coming up to my 4th anniversary at Target. I have to be in Target, don't I, on the day. Even though I've been out of Target, I have to actually be in Target on the day of my anniversary, don't I? And she said yes. So that has me in a situation where I need to shed £9 in 3 weeks. She thinks I can do it. I wish I had that much faith, but I don't see why. If I really, really stuck to this plan, I shouldn't be able to get... I'm going to try. You know, aim for the moon, and if you miss, you might just fall into the stars. Isn't that what the thing Nikki gave me for Christmas said, Jo? I can only do my best. I'm not going to put any stress on myself, because if I put stress on myself, I fail anyway. But yeah, if I want to get my 4-year award in 3 weeks' time, I have to be back in Target. If I'm not, it's not the end of the world, because I'll still be the same person. I'll still be wearing the same clothes, living in the same house, driving in the same car. I'm married to the same man with the same son. So nothing dramatic is going to change, is it? It would just be a bling thing on my book. And most of those are on my own book, which is shoved in the cupboard anyway. Right, the week I was having, 2 things were happening to me this week, and I'm putting them down to the fact that I've dropped sugar again. Firstly, I was cold. Right from Saturday, Sunday through till about Wednesday, I could not get warm. I kept pushing up the central heating, and Joe's like, Mother, you've got the central heating on 30 degrees, weren't you?
Yeah, it was too hot.
He was too hot, and I was cold. Now, I don't experience that when I'm eating sugar, because when I eat sugar, it pushes my temperature up. When I eat sugar, I'm the person who's in bed at night throwing the duvet off, and doesn't matter how cold it is, because I'm blooming boiling. But I also get a lot of cramp in my legs when I eat sugar. Right, so this week, frozen, absolutely frozen, until, yeah, I think it was probably Wednesday night when I felt reasonable. So what did I do? Lay in bed shivering, which was absolutely stupid. Sat around in the afternoons doing my crochet, frozen, and yet I was within, 3-4 feet of the big radiator. So it must have been something internal. And the other thing that was happening from Saturday night onwards is my legs hurt. From my knees to my ankles, my legs were absolutely throbbing. And 2 nights laying in bed, wide awake from 3 o'clock in the morning, not knowing what to do with my legs. And perhaps older viewers might understand this. I don't know if it's an age thing or if again it was a sugar thing. But then I remembered that a couple of Christmases ago, one of my friends, Val, bought me this. And I've forgotten what it was called, Joe. Tourmaline?
Tourmaline EMS foot massager.
Tourmaline EMS foot massager. Now it has 2 plates where you put your feet. If you put some cream on your feet before you use it, so it makes a better electrical contact. It has lots of controls. It also has a remote control in case you're not good at bending or stretching. This massages your feet but sends electrical currents up your legs. So there was me, 3 o'clock in the morning, sitting with my feet on this in absolute heaven. And I must say, after doing it for 3 nights and 3 morning sessions, it's half an hour session at a time, I feel like I've got new legs. So I'm only showing this, not an advert. I've not been, well, I have been gifted it, but it was a Christmas present from a friend. I haven't been gifted it by the company. I don't have a clue how much they cost or anything like that, but oh by gum, it gave me such relief this week. And I needed it because I literally could not sleep because I was in so much pain. But from Thursday onwards, I felt $1 million. I feel absolutely well, absolutely full of energy. And I put that down to Slimming World because when I follow the plan, I feel like this. I can feel like my stomach's gone down, my waist's improved. I don't have like a problem with thighs, and that's not one of my fat areas, it never has been. But I just feel like I'm starting to feel like me again. I'm starting to feel like I'm back in the right body. No, it didn't show on the scales, so what? Don't let that bother you, Jane, is what I have to keep telling myself. That number does not mean, it's not like a barometer. 9 stone 12, you're miserable, 9 stone 3, you're happy. I remember a situation years ago when I actually put my life on hold and wouldn't do this and wouldn't do that and wouldn't do anything. And I used to say to my husband, I'll do it when I'm slim. I'll do it when I'm slim. Not when tomorrow comes, but I'll do it when I'm slim. And I can tell you now, in all sincerity, I reckon I wasted 20 years of my life saying I'll do it when I'm slim. Because I always imagined that when I was slim, everything in my life would change. I'd all of a sudden I'd have this like urge to go out and be really sociable. I'd want to go dancing every night. I'd want to join this and join that and do. And I'm actually quite a quiet, private person. I can be sociable when I need to be, but it would never be my first choice to be in a big group of things. I'm not a club joiner and that type of thing. But I was always going to do all of these things when I was slim. I was going to go to Alton Towers. I was going to do all these amazing things. Well, I've been to Alton Towers. It wasn't that good. Not my thing. But I was going to do all of those things when I was slim. So I put my life on hold. Now I am slim and I can do all of those things. I'm a bit like, well, why would I want to? You know, I was going to ride a tandem when I was slim. What for? But what I'm saying is, if you want to do things with your life, do it now. Don't you waste the 20 years I wasted, because you can't get them back. And maybe the things you think you'll do when you're slim are not the things you really, really, really have on your bucket list anyway. You know? And being slim is not what has made me happy. What has made me happy is the way I choose to live my life today. The people I choose to be around. And those people are not the people I used to eat with. Because I had a band of eating friends who were all fabulous people. But they all had the same problem that I did. They needed me to eat with them so they could justify what they were eating, and I needed them to eat with me so I could justify how I was eating, and we just generally hung out together and stuffed our fat faces. Because at the time we thought that was entertainment, and we thought that was fun, and we thought that was living. I look back on it now and it wasn't. It was just me avoiding everything else because I loved to wear this big coat of fat. It protected me against the world. Didn't want to feel exposed. Well, today I don't mind feeling exposed because I'm prepared to stand in front of a camera. You wouldn't have even caught me in a photograph in those days. That's why there are so few photos of me. So I'm here to encourage you today. Don't put life off. Today's the only day we've got for sure. Anyway, that's me blathering on. it's been a good week. I think I've covered everything that I had said on my list, Joe, haven't I?
Yep.
And we'll be back next Saturday. And all I can do is just keep going. I'm 12 days in. I'm enjoying the challenge because it's just between me and Joe. It doesn't put any pressure on me. We've got to go shopping, we've got things to do today, and I want to be active, and hopefully we'll get a nice walk in today because it's actually not raining. So I hope you're all in a good place, I hope you're having a good week, and we'll see you next Saturday. Cheers.